As Dean Adamski checks his shelves of ammunition for sale at his firearms store in Alden, he's well aware of some customer frustration since the state of New York is now requiring him, under the new law, to record information about any ammo purchases, including not just the customer's name, address, date of birth, and type and quantity of ammunition, but also their occupation.
And if that isn't bad enough, the state of New York goes ahead and doubles down. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, your NRS certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And let's talk about this. Now, you saw that intro there. This, of course, was from a previous New York state law that they passed. That every time you buy ammunition, you basically are having all your personal information written down, including information that is irrelevant to you buying ammunition. But the New York State has doubled down on this stupidity. They are introducing a New York bill called A09340, and it was introduced by some A. Simon. But what this bill does is it limits the amount of so-called assault weapon ammunition that you can buy to 20 rounds every 4 months. Basically, if you have a 30-round magazine, it's going to take you a year to fill them. Yeah. So I'm going to jump over here. Okay. And here it is, and this is from The Truth About Guns. Great article. Once again, I'll leave it in the description box. But New York Senate Bill A09340 to amend the penal law in relation to the sale of ammunition for assault weapons is possibly the dumbest gun law ever proposed. And here's the text. I'm not going to really read the text because I'm going to write you just one section here. Here we go. Just one section I want to read because this is, well, obviously context. Provided, however, the sale of ammunition for assault weapons as defined by subdivision 22 of section 265 of this title shall be limited to 2 times the capacity of an authorized weapon over a 120 days period. For purposes of this subdivision, authorized weapons shall mean a weapon registered in accordance with subdivision 16 of section 400 of this chapter, notwithstanding any law, rule, or regulation to the contrary. The violation of this subdivision shall constitute a Class E felony. Yeah. Now this obviously is going to be more of an opinion piece, but definitely there's some pointers in here that need to be addressed. But this is this person here. Did you follow that? New York State Assemblyman Joanne Simon of Brooklyn is proposing a law that would regulate the sale of ammunition for what New York State defines as assault weapons, limiting your ability to purchase such ammo to 20 rounds every 4 months. Now, of course, right away, the bells are going off saying, well, how does that prevent somebody from going to Pennsylvania and buying ammunition? It doesn't. So this is irrelevant, but another piece of legislation that makes no sense. This is a rewrite of an earlier proposal never submitted to the legislature that would put the same restrictions on more types of ammunition. Let's skip the obvious and legal constitutional problems because obviously this is going to end up in court, such as making the mere purchase of ammunition a felony, which this and cut right to the chase. Even if passed, this law is entirely unenforceable and beyond useless. It relies on New York's assault weapons registry to determine which weapons and gun owners have the ammo regulations applied to them. Perhaps M.A. Simon isn't aware, but by some estimates, less than 10% of New Yorkers who own assault weapons prior to the passage of the SAFE Act signed them up. That means hundreds of thousands of assault weapon owners buying all the ammunition they want with no way to stop them, a thought which I'm sure would keep her up at night. How does the dealer know the ammunition is being sold from the registered assault weapon? Will the dealers have access to the registry? Who's setting that registry up and paying for it? New York hasn't even been able to get their ammunition purchase background check system working. So what sense does it make to add another layer to a system which does not exist? What, pray tell, is the special ammunition that only works in assault weapons? Is M.A. Simon and her staff really so ignorant that they don't understand that .223 Remington and 5.56 by 45 are common rifle rounds that can be fired from a number of firearms which are not considered assault weapons, like a Mini 14, the Saiga IZ-114. I mean, we go on and on. But under the SAFE Act, so even if a gun owner is flagged by a dealer, can he not just claim, hey, I'm buying this for a Mini 14? What about bolt-action rifles in .223? The owner of such a gun could easily buy 500 rounds for that rifle, then load them into an assault weapon. How would anyone know? And don't get me started on 308, one of the most popular cartridges in the world. Also can be fired from an AR-10 or a Springfield M1A or 7.62 by 39 in a Sega Sport or a Mini 30. Okay? And I really did, and there's some really other good pointers here that I can skip over. But, so, there it is. New York State is trying to, this person in the state is trying to pass a law that says you can only buy 20 rounds of so-called assault weapon ammunition every 40 days. That's absolutely ridiculous, unconstitutional. But, and like I said before, they can propose stupid laws like this because when the lawsuit comes up, they spend the taxpayers' money to defend it while the plaintiffs have to spend their money. That's why they do this stuff. They know this is idiotic, but it doesn't matter. They can go through this multiple year long legislative process spending your money to do it. That's why they do these things. It's backwards. As I said, you can go elsewhere and buy ammunition. What if you don't have a so-called assault weapon? Now you're limited to 20 rounds for your, as the article stated, bolt action 223, your bolt action 308. And these people are so backwards, it's frightening. Okay? This is perhaps one of the dumbest laws ever proposed, other than the, they want to put a 50% tax on ammunition and guns. Beyond that. But this is dumb beyond dumb. And it's not going to survive constitutional muster. It's just that it's going to take years to finally get it to that point. While New Yorkers have to suffer through this stupidity. But we'll see if this even gets into law. I mean, as it stands now, this is just a bill. We will see. But all they have to do is wait for the next tragedy that they can exploit. And they'll push this right to the front. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence and statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I will see you on the next one. Peace.